Hey up everybody, it's Chris here from Garsby Guitars. We're going to continue on with a project which I started a couple of weeks ago, and that was to upgrade the pickups on a Spira guitar which I bought about 6 or 7 months ago. Spira guitars, they are a budget brand, but I've got to say the quality of them is absolutely phenomenal. Even the stock pickups which they had in them originally are really actually quite good pickups. But the plan was I always wanted to mod the guitar itself to get some active pickups in there. The active pickups that we're going to put in are some EMG Fat 55s, which have turned up today from Thomann, and also the switch as well. So why EMG and why the 55s? Massive fan of EMG pickups anyway. I've got them in the majority of my guitars down there in different variations, 60s, 81s, 89s, across the whole range. I'm also a big fan of the path tones which you get in some of the Gibsons as well, the patents applied for. Now these 55s are meant to replicate those tones. Yes, they are active, they're powered by a 9-volt battery, but you're looking to get similar tones out of it as with some of the original Gibsons. Like I said, massive fan of them. So what I've done is, which you can see in a previous video, I completely gutted out the Spira guitar, and I'm going to crack these open, and we'll see how it goes when I start putting them in. Hopefully I won't screw it up. Right, stop that. Yeah, forget that video. Things went a little bit pear-shaped last night with my brain, which it would do at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're starting to get a little bit frustrated with wiring diagrams. So when I bought the EMGs, and it's the RetroActives, the Fat 55s, they come with wiring diagrams. And here you are. Here's the little slip of paper you get. It's got lots of little coloured wires on there, little plans, little hints and tips, and all the like. Thinking, brilliant! Even I can follow a simple plan like that. Turns out, may as well have not even bothered with that, because the wiring, what I was wanting to do with the EMG T-style switch, had absolutely nothing to do with that down there. So after a couple of hours of messing around, rewiring, trying to get it all to work, I thought I'll go onto that great educational tool called YouTube. And after about 45 minutes, I found a fella on there who did a step-by-step breakdown of how to do the wiring. And I've got to say, absolutely phenomenal. For somebody who eats crayons like me, that's what I need, a proper step-by-step guide. So we've managed to get all the wiring in. I get it all set up. I sort out the direct mount pickups, which took a little bit of fiddling around to do to get to the right height. As a footnote, EMGs generally like to be fairly close to the strings. And with the springs which I've got to secure them in and the padding underneath the pickups, that took probably about half an hour of fiddling around to get them right. And they're about 2.75 mil away from the strings now, which is, I think, is pretty much a sweet spot for it. Got it all wired in, got it all sorted, went to play it. A little bit of interference. I thought, oh, bloody hell, here we go. So I had a mess around with the cables, with the connections, checked all the connections, took off all the connections, put them back on again, made sure they were clean and in the right place. Absolutely nothing. It was just the sound coming out of it was horrible. So I went and got a fresh battery, or what I thought was a fresh battery, banged it on there. Yeah, same problem again. Oh, bloody hell. So this morning I went to go and get one of my other Schecters, my Moomin Schecter over there, which I'll hopefully bang a photo on so you can see it. One of my oldest guitars, one of my favourite guitars. And I was going to do a swap over of the pickups just to make sure that there wasn't a problem with the pickups, the EMG ones which I just bought. But then I found another battery. I thought before I start stripping down the guitar and changing parts, I'm going to have one more try with a third battery. Put the battery in there. Absolutely phenomenal sound, all sorted. It turns out I've got a nasty habit of storing dead batteries, and I don't know why, because normally they're straight in the bin or for the recycling. So, all wired up, all plugged in, and I've got to say, the 55s sound absolutely gorgeous. There is a proper path sound about those pickups. You are getting some really classic rock tones out of them. And it kind of brings us to the end of the project about upscaling another budget range guitar, putting a few, I'd say expensive but higher quality parts into them. And in this case, it's been a brand new set of pickups. And you're getting a really well playing, decent guitar. So the Spira itself, I think, cost me, if memory serves me correctly, about £260, that sort of thing. And there was nothing wrong with the pickups which are in there. They were very fine stock pickups. But I like my EMG pickups, I like my active pickups, and I wanted something with a little bit more clarity and a little bit more bite for the sort of music which I play. So the pickups cost me about 155 quid. And I had to get the active 3-way toggle switch on it as well, and that came in at about 30 quid. And there was a bit of a waiting time there for a few months before I could get those bits. I've got it on a master tone and a master volume, so there's only 2 knobs there doing, 2 dials rather, changing the tone and the volume. I did drill holes for another 2 if I was going to have them individually, but I'm not going to use them. And the holes I've got in front of the body, I'll just cover up or put a sticker over. It's for me, this guitar is about what it can do, not what it looks like. And I've now got what I would say, actually, a really, really good guitar. It's got locking tuners at the top. It's got a standard string through body bridge. I might change that. If I do change that, that'll be more for aesthetics as opposed to function. A new bridge of that sort of style is about 40, 50 quid. I'll see what's out in the market, because I do want to make this a very personal guitar for me. I would say I've probably made myself here a £700 guitar for about 420 quid in a couple of hours of my time. It has been a learning curve. Watching that guy on YouTube yesterday do the wiring, that's something which I could take away for the future. And as and when I do more mods on the guitars, I'm not going to be here 2 o'clock in the morning trying to sort it all out. But yeah, I'm dead chuffed this. Plays really well, sounds phenomenal. This is going to be one of my stage guitars, I think. So happy days. Right, project number 2 done. First project was the Agent Smith Jackson with the Kirk Hammett active pickups going into it. That was a fairly easy one, just required a little bit of cutting. This one, obviously completely gutting out and putting the new electrics in there as well. I made more mistakes at first. I did things right, but a couple of hours perseverance, help from YouTube. This now plays really, really well. On to my next project. No idea what that's going to be, but yeah, let's see where we go. Ta-da!